What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon ADC, and today we're checking out the 52 grave C.K.P or Crypt Keeper pouch. This is the high-vis colorway, obviously, but has been available in other colors in the past. This is the one that's currently in stock as I'm recording the video and has been in stock for probably the last month or so. From what I can tell, he does one color at a time, so once this one eventually goes out of stock, we may see a different colorway. This one's on sale for $30, and it's pretty compact. It's definitely intended as a back pocket carry, although it definitely can slide in your front pocket as long as you're wearing kind of loose-fitting jeans, but definitely intended as a back pocket carry. We have 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch footprint here and roughly an inch thick unloaded, but you can see the loadout's going to dictate that quite a bit. Mine's definitely creeping up on that 2-inch thickness or so. Now exterior wise, we don't have a lot going on in terms of organization. We do have a velcro panel on the front, which is 3 inches in diameter. You can see kind of a unique shape here with that round velcro panel, which is great for these round patches, but obviously it can fit whatever you want on there. If you want to use some regular shaped patches, that's fine too. And no other organization on the exterior. We do have this 52 tag, and that's it. In terms of opening, we have a clamshell style opening. These zippers are not YKK. I don't know what brand they are. They seem to be unlabeled. Have a little lanyard pull here and only one zipper. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing a second zipper. I always like 2 zippers on clamshell style pouches just so you can place them wherever you want. So if you prefer to have the zippers on the bottom and open from the bottom, you can do that. It just gives you a little bit more versatility, but of course if you only have one, it makes more sense to do it from the top. That way you might be able to open it up and access just items that are sitting up here on the top. And so let's get this open. I do have it loaded out with the sampling of gear. I always like to do that because although I will give the dimensions as I remove each of these from the pouch, it's a lot more helpful for me to visualize the type of items that can fit in different pockets. And so I like to put a sample of the type of gear that fits in each. So let's start with the left-hand side and then we'll move on to the right. So we have the elastic loop here that's about an inch strip of elastic, and they're each organizing pocket here, or each loop is 2 inches wide. So on the leftmost loop, we do have a standard size Zippo. This is definitely a normal size Zippo with a soft flame butane insert, probably my favorite Zippo insert. Actually not probably, definitely my favorite Zippo insert. And so can fit standard size Zippos in here. Right next to that, we do have a cigar cutter. This is a V cutter from Griffworks with the shipwreck patina on there. Really cool. And that V cutter, the cutting portion of it is S35BN, so definitely a premium cigar cutter. Has converted me over to V cutters over regular cutters for sure. And you can see it's pretty similar in size to that Zippo, so either one of these could accommodate something about the size of a Zippo. Now, right behind that, you'll see we have this open pocket, and that is open top, so you could have made, or I could have made better use of this top space. I chose to put items that you can fit in a credit card slot and a wallet, but if you want taller items up there, you definitely can. You can also just lay something up there. Obviously it might fall out when you open it, so something to be aware of, but you can just lay something on the top if you're not utilizing that space. Now back here, I do have 2 items. Mentioned these are made to fit in credit card slots. So we have the Victorinox Swiss Card Lite paired with a Write in the Rain credit card size notebook. This is nice because it does have a pen in it. It also has a file and scissors and stuff like that, a light, magnifying glass. But I choose to carry an additional pen as often as possible just because the pen in here is super slim, so it's not the most comfortable to write with. If you're just signing something or whatever, that's fine. But I do prefer usually to pair that with another pen. But for a last-ditch effort or item, it's definitely nice to have that pen there as well. So you can see that's everything I have in the left-hand side of this pouch. Let's get over to the right. And before I get any items out of the right here, I did want to point out there's a zipper pocket here, and depending on the length of the items, for me, I put mostly taller items, and so that's completely blocking off the space with that zipper needs to open. And so if you want to access that, you kind of have to remove all of these items, which is definitely inconvenient. You can combat that by putting shorter items here, or just remove them every time, whatever the case may be, but that does seem to block the track of the zipper, so I did want to point that out. Now, we have the same 1-inch strip of elastic, but these ones are sewn a little bit tighter, so we have about 1.25 inches on each of these 3 loops. The middle one for me is just a hair bigger than the other 2, but that may vary from pouch to pouch because I believe these are handmade, so there's going to be a little bit of variation there. Now, in the leftmost elastic loop, we have a pop pen from, I believe Acme Tech makes this, and they're sold by CountyCom for $1.95. I picked up every color that they had. These are very similar to a pocket pen. They come with this lanyard on the back. They do seem to be just a tad thicker and also a little bit more grippy because of the texture on here. Also, obviously, a little bit cheaper as well. So I've really been digging these lately. And it does convert over to a full-size pen, which is a nice thing. Now, right next to that, we have another CountyCom item. This one's the Ultra Compact Floodmaster twist-on flashlight. Always love that easy operation and double A power source here. It does have an attachment point for some lanyards. I didn't put one on there, but it is there if you choose to use it. And then last but not least, in the elastic straps is the Jack Wolf Knives Little Bro Jack. Definitely could have fit a slightly taller knife in there, but this one has that Flow Party camo carbon, which looks great and kind of pairs well with the high vis. So thought it was a great match and one of my favorite Jack Wolf knives. And so that's everything in the elastic loops. Of course, we do have the zipper pocket in the back here as well. So let's get into that. Now that we have the items out, you can see full access to move that back and forth. Smooth zipper, but also not a YKK. No zipper pull on this one, besides the one that obviously comes on there. And so back here, I only have one item. Again, probably didn't make the best use of that space in terms of real estate on the top, but just have a Notorious EDC beer bomb. This is a big pop-up bottle opener, screw turner, bit driver, pry tool, knuck in a pinch, and also just pocket art. And so this pocket back here, the zipper is at the probably 2.75 inch mark as well. However, the total interior of that pocket's probably just under 4 inches by 4 inches. And so you definitely could put bigger items in there just like you can on the other side. And so that's actually everything I have loaded out in here. I think the organization on here is pretty well thought out, outside of the fact that that zipper does get blocked, and that can be, you know, because of the items I chose to put in here, but I feel like the items that I'm typically carrying in pouches are going to be taller and block that zipper path, and so I might get better use if this zipper wasn't here and we had the same pocket we had on the other side. But that's just me. Would love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments below. Only $30 and still readily available, so it doesn't seem like it's one of those that sells out super quickly, although who knows how long they'll stay in stock, because I did buy this one over a month ago at this point. But would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, or joining the channel as a member. They all help the channel out a ton. I appreciate you watching. Thanks, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.